Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's subscribed to my channel and helped me get to 100 subscribers. I was able to get my custom YouTube URL, so thank you very much. And if you're new to this channel and you like my videos, I would appreciate if you could start by clicking the thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it if you would click the subscribe button and help me get to my next personal level of 250 subscribers. Today's video is about what I'm driving right now, my 2019 Kia Niro EV, or as it's known in Europe, the Kia e-niro, and some of the features that I found were unfindable, basically some hidden stuff, unless you know where to look, and one or two things that are just you don't know until you happen upon them or read the 400-page manual that's included with the car. There are some interesting features that are in the menus, and there are also a couple things that are just daily use that are physical, plugging stuff in and something happens. This should apply to the Hyundai Kona Electric as well as the 2020 Kia Soul EV, because all of those, both of those vehicles share a very common lineage with the Kia Niro. So what are those hidden features? Find out in 10 seconds. If you're anything like me, you like the buttons in your car positioned in a specific way. And for me, that includes the Sideview Mirror button. And I mean this one in particular. To adjust the mirror, you set it to left or right, and then adjust it with this button. I leave it in the center, and I've been doing this for as long as I've had cars with this option, because it avoids me making a mistake when I rest my hand on this console. Now, one day I let somebody test drive my car, and when I got back into it, I hadn't noticed they left it in the left position. For this particular feature, it doesn't really matter which side it's on, whether it's left or right. When the button is positioned either left or right, and you put your car in reverse, a very cool thing happens for when you're parking near cement. This is great because it allows you to see down without having to lean out the side or open your door to check if you're close to the cement or not. And that's both side mirrors that adjust in this way. When you put the car in park, they tilt back up. Something that I found when I was messing with the menus in my car is something that addresses an issue that I had. There's a button here called Drive Mode. When you press the Drive Mode button, it switches between either normal mode, sport mode, and eco mode. There's an eco plus mode as well, but I'm not getting into that right now. And something that addresses an issue, which is to me the regen settings not being set appropriately depending on the mode. I found that the normal mode should have regen set to 3 because I like the maximum amount of regen. What you have to do is press the settings button below the mode that appears on the screen, which then brings you up to how do you want your climate control and your regen settings to be. Once you press on the regen settings, you can choose the one you want as default for each level. In this case, I've got normal set to level 3. If I change it to level 2, tap OK. The next time I set my car to be in normal mode, it'll have the regen set to level 2. Now, the only way I found to get to this menu is by pressing the Drive Mode button. So if I go to Sport Mode and hit Settings, then I get the same kind of option. So I've got level 1 set for Sport Mode, and you can set the climate control settings to either be Eco or Normal, depending on your requirements. By default, if you go into the Eco mode, the climate control is set to Eco. You've got the coast level setting, and you've also got the maximum speed setting. Now, mine is set to 110 kilometers per hour by default, and in Eco Plus, it's actually set to 90 kilometers per hour. If your Kia Niro EV, or your Kia e-niro in Europe, has the sunroof option, in my case, I have the SX Touring in Canada, so I've got the sunroof. This is not a panoramic sunroof, it's just the regular sunroof. I think they discontinued it for 2020 because I heard that in 2019 in previous models of the Soul that there were issues with the roof leaking. To make your roof open, you have to pull this button back. And it's got an auto open function. As you can see, the sunroof doesn't open completely. When you're driving with the 4 door windows up, the sunroof being in this position reduces something called wind buffeting. In other words, you don't get this booming sound in the car while you're driving. But when you open the 4 windows of the car, you can press the button again and the sunroof will retract completely. Something I found that's not really a quirk or a feature, but more of a way the car works, has to do with the 3 driving modes. There's a 4th, which is Eco Plus, but that one I'm not going to talk about because you only use that one when you're really stuck. It cuts off air conditioning and kills the power of the car. So basically there's Eco, Normal, and Sport. And the car remembers 2 of those 3 when you set them and then power off the car. Right now the car is powered on, it's in normal mode, and if I power it off and power it back on, it'll still be in normal mode. If I put the car into Eco mode, as you can see on the screen right now, and then I'll power the car off, simulate me leaving by opening the door, closing it, and then powering the car back on, it comes back in Eco mode and you can continue if nothing happened. Now if I put the car into Sport mode and do the same thing, you can see it's in Sport, powered off, open the door, close the door, and then power it back on. The car returns to normal mode. It won't remember Sport mode for some reason, and this isn't something I found in the menus, it's just the way the car works. So you can keep it in Eco, you can keep it in Normal, but it will not remember Sport mode. So every time you want to be in Sport mode, you've got to go and select it with the driver mode button, which is down on the center console. Right there. Those were some of the quirks and features that I found hidden in the Kia Niro EV. I hope you found it useful. If you have an electric car and there's something that you found hidden as a feature in it, put it in the comment section below. If you've got a Kona EV or you've got a Kia Soul EV, the 2020, which share pretty much the same innards as this car, and you found something that I didn't mention, please put it in the comment section below and I'll mention it in my next video. And as to why I'm sitting in the back of my car, if anybody was wondering, can you sit in the back of your Kia Niro EV when you're camping in it? Because you can lay down. I can confirm, no. This is way too small and terribly uncomfortable. If you like this video, please click that thumbs up button, and I'd really appreciate if you could click on the subscribe button and help me get to my next personal goal of 250 subscribers. I thank everybody who's subscribed so far. I'm at 160 something subscribers as of the filming of this, and I'm super happy about it. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos, please put them in the comment section below. And once again, thanks for watching. All right, let's see what that gives. Ugh. Man, that's not comfortable.